Hello dear friends, this video is about the zodiac sign Virgo, part of the series for the 12 zodiac signs. If you prefer to read this information as an article, you will find the link below this video. And also we are gonna talk about the main characteristics of this sign, which are the positives and the strengths, also which are the potential challenges or weaknesses of this sign, the dark side, the shadow, the mind, the emotions, and the other important things. First of all, let's explore the symbol of the zodiac sign of Virgo. It represents a virgin which holds in her hand a wheat glass. There are two important things here. First of all, the virgin symbolizes the purity, the cleanness of this sign, and of course the wheat glass, it's a symbol of the connection with our nutrition and the food and the source of energy that we get. So obviously those things are very important for the sign Virgo. Purity and cleanness on different levels, starting from the mind, the body, the health, relationships, environment, everything. This is extremely important for Virgo. On the other hand, also the main or the key phrase of this sign is I analyze. Very important characteristics of the sign Virgo. Those people, they are extremely bright and capable of analyzing different things. First of all, they can, separate things on small details. But this is also something that Gemini as a sign can do. The difference is that except for, dividing or separating things to small details, Virgo as a sign is also capable of finding more connections and logic. There is also a more practical approach when it comes to analyzing things and life in general. But the mind is extremely active for those people. Their mind is their greatest asset that they have. And first of all, let's explore what can it bring when you're capable of seeing or recognizing even the smallest details. Of course, it can make you more critical because you are capable of recognizing mistakes or, some kind of weak sides that people have. And honestly, we all have them. So Virgo people, they are really capable of being more critical and sometimes, too demanding. And that concerns also themselves, so they don't criticize only other people, they criticize themselves as well. Now, which are the main characteristics? So we said about the analytical approach, the logic, but also Virgo as a sign is very modest. And sometimes this may turn into a problem. They might be so modest that it may turn into a low self-esteem or even lack of confidence. They don't want to attract so much attention, or maybe they don't think that they deserve to be appreciated. And also one of the greatest motivation of those people and also their tasks is to serve others, to help other people, to support other people. That's why also Virgo as a sign is a great energy for people who are helpers. Those can be, great doctors or healers or anyone else who helps and supports and serves humanity or someone else. So another thing is also that Virgo people, they can be very hardworking. As an earth sign, Virgo is a mutable earth sign, they can be very consistent, very focused on their work, and patient and hardworking when necessary. The earth energy also makes them more connected to the ground, more focused on achieving something concrete, something practical. And overall, these are people who are very present. They live now and here. Sometimes they don't even allow themselves to dream too much about the future or to fantasize. You know, they are right here and right now, which can also has, of course, a great side, but sometimes it prevents them, you know, to open up their minds for the future or to dream or even to relax. Their mind can be sometimes too overwhelmed with, you know, too much precision or desire to do everything perfectly. And actually that's also part of the dark side of the sign of Virgo. They might be so detail oriented and it may turn into perfectionism. And perfectionism is something which honestly I think that brings more problems than positives, because, you know, it's something that stops you, it's something that makes you question yourself, your work, go over and over again certain things, wait too much sometimes. And for the person himself, this can be very, very hard. You know, when you are always afraid that you will be criticized or you will be judged or that other people may notice your mistakes, it kind of, you know, blocks you and you're not so free to express yourself and to, you know, make other people see your gifts, your truest potential. So that's one thing that Virgo people may need to work on. Another thing is also the focus on the small details. When you're too focused on things which are, you know, not extremely important, you may miss the whole idea of something. When you know, pay too much attention to those really small things, you may forget about the big picture and, you know, the final goal. So this is also something that Virgo people may need to work on. They are great with, you know, finding the mistakes, correcting them, paying attention to every small step, but they also need to be able to see the whole or the meaning of it. And this potential to recognize the small mistakes or details makes those people also great editors, or, you know, careers where you need to analyze things, where you need to be precise. And sometimes you even need to find mistakes that other people make. For example, nowadays, you know, this career of quality assurance, those QA specialists, this is a great direction for Virgo people, a great career for them, because naturally they are able to find the mistakes, and honestly they enjoy it. I'm pretty sure that they will admit that as well. Now, what's the shadow of this sign? The shadow is that they may really want to avoid unclean things. Sometimes starting even from the material reality. Those are perfectionists when it comes to cleanness. If something is dusty or not washed out very well, it can really bother them. So they may pay too much attention to those things, and sometimes it may turn into an obsession. Not for everyone, of course. You know, some people, they're just very organized, very precise, and they enjoy things to be clean. That's okay. We like that. But when this desire turns into an obsession, when this is all you can think about, when you are really bothered that, for example, if you haven't washed your hands 10 times, then your hands are not clean yet, this becomes a problem. Also, these are people who sometimes might be too worried about their health. You know, this desire to avoid toxins and everything dirty may bring the fear for your own health. This may also be, you know, materialized in other areas. For example, in relationships, there might be a high ideal for a very clean, very pure relationship. In reality, this is not always what we get, and sometimes this can also create an issue for Virgo people. Now, let's explore how does their mind work. Virgo's mind is first of all very active. As we already said, Mercury, the mental planet, rules the sign. So mentally, those people, they can be very productive, and sometimes they may even live too much in their heads. But overall, their mind is very strong, analytical, logical, practical, able to, apply the knowledge in something concrete, in something that you can measure. So overall, the mind is extremely strong. Now, on the other hand, the emotions might be more problematic for those people. They are more connected to their mind. They recognize more, their ideas, their thoughts, than what their heart is telling them. Also, sometimes they might rationalize too much areas which are supposed to be, experienced with your heart, like, love, relationships, appreciation. These are things that you can experience here in your heart, not in the mind. And this may bother them. Sometimes, this can make them feel uncomfortable. So the emotions, they are not expressed so easily. And even in their personal life, they tend to be very rational and very practical. Typically, these are people who don't fall in love spontaneously. They need to find something reasonable in order to fall in love with someone. Maybe he can be really well educated, or he might be a very good person, or he is doing something to help them. But there is a rational reason usually that makes those people fall in love and create a connection with others. But generally, that's the more problematic overall. The emotions, the natural, spontaneous expression of feelings. Okay, and what's the lesson for those people? Their lesson is, first of all, to learn to serve to others from their heart. Not because they feel devaluated, because they feel that they are less than other people. Or, for example, to think that their mission is to be like a Cinderella. No, you need to value yourself, you need to know your strengths, your capacity, your potential, and yet you may serve others, you may help others, but from the heart, not because you feel forced or because you think that there is nothing better that you can do. The other lesson is to learn to observe, to analyze things without criticizing. This is maybe even more difficult, but this may really help you to live much happier life and also to create better relationships with other people. Now, let's explore also a couple of ways which you can use to balance or even to increase the Virgo energy within you. The first suggestion that I have for you is to make some kind of purification of your body. That's something that Virgo sign really loves and also needs. This might be a diet, this might be related to stop eating something unhealthy for a while, or maybe taking some supplements, or maybe, communicating more with your own doctor, but do something and start with something simple to, pure your body, to clear it, to make it more vital and healthier. The other suggestion that I have is also to search for this cleanness in other areas of your life. If you have some kind of toxic relationship or toxic environment around you or toxic behavior, try to handle with that. Toxins are not only found in the air or in our food. We might be poisoned, figuratively of course, by people, by how they treat us, but how we allow them to treat us. That's the main point here. We always allow someone to treat us in a certain way. It's not that they're doing this, without our part or presence there. So that's it. Take the decision that you will set yourself free from toxic relationships or environment. The next suggestion that I have may also be difficult for you. Practice saying no. Honestly, this can be a major issue for Virgo people. It might be very difficult for them to say no when someone asks for a favor, to do something for them or give them something. Honestly, Virgo people, they feel kind of obligated. They feel like they have to do that. They are supposed to do that. And they feel extremely uncomfortable. And guess what? Very often this makes other people take advantage of Virgo people. So practice saying no. When you don't want to do something, the best thing is to be as honest as possible without hurting the other person, but also without pushing yourself to do the things that you don't want to. So practice it, and you may notice that your life may change significantly. And also, of course, you may work with colors. You may combine yellow and green. These are some colors which resonate with the energy of Virgo. So these are the most important things. And of course, it's important whether you have your sun or ascendant or another planet in this sign, which may, bring something different into this picture. But overall, that's the archetype of the sign. It's about health. It's about the mind being analytical, being concrete, being focused. Also the health, the body, and serving other people. These are the most important things. If you want to learn more about astrology and get a really in-depth training, you can check the link below this video for Mars Stars Astrology Academy, which will start very soon. And if you want to, you can sign up for the waitlist. Meanwhile, you can also subscribe to the channel for more astrology videos and tutorials. Thank you very much for your time. Don't forget to share also your opinion or experience with Virgo. It's always interesting to share those things with each other. Thank you again, and I'll see you soon.